blockade. What happens? Is there any enforcement for the United States? They have those threats out there, but in reality, what can happen and how much might this be a flashpoint?
Well, I think, the taking down of an Iranian ship would obviously have a lot of risks associated with it. Unlike the Venezuelan ships, you could have Iranian military forces on board. A Indian, Pakistani, or Chinese ship, that's going to be a really careful one, and that's going to involve some diplomacy. I doubt you would see the military take immediate action on that. I think we would see a lot of working through the State Department, through the embassies in the other countries to really work on what they can do to minimize that. I think the military option would be a very last one because, again, you don't want any sort of incident. We're already hearing that the Indians and Pakistan may move some naval forces in to help escort. So obviously, this is going to be a very dicey issue. I think the real move here is to get back to the negotiation table in Islamabad and try to get a ceasefire more permanently in place.
Yeah, more permanent is the talks there, but we've already seen potentially the impacts being felt and the changes to how people kind of live their lives. And we see posts on social media about the U.S. potentially empty tanker ships heading the United States' way. The Rapid Response saying a ship tracking firm reports 121 empty oil tankers are making their way to the United States. President Trump has urged countries to squeeze Iran's disruption and turn to American energy supplies instead. We know how reliant U.S. is on their own kind of self-isolated. They have the foundation there. Are there more empty tankers heading to the United States than there have in past based on the conflict in Iran?
We are seeing a large fleet of empty tankers coming around South Africa. Now they're coming to the United States, Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, Nigeria. So they're tapping into those oil resources that are out there. The U.S. is ramping up its oil export, but it is a finite amount. It's not going to be able to fill the entire shortfall, either through the production facilities that exist today or the drilling facilities. The other issue with this, when you sail all the way to the United States, it's twice the distance from the United States to Asia, for example, as it is from the Middle East, which means that you're going to need twice as many tankers. And unfortunately, those don't exist. So while we're working to kind of offset the shortage of that 20 million barrels a day, we don't have enough really to meet the complete shortfall that's out there. It's good in the short term for American oil and gas. However, in the long term, we really need to get the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz back open.
You took my next question because just the length of the travel to get from point A to point B there in the United States is a complicated one. Is that not feasible in the long term to make it? Is it just a short-term impact?
Well, what we're seeing right now, Andy, is a lot of shipping companies are buying new ships. Their new ship orders are through the roof, and the type of ship they're ordering right now is tankers, but that's going to be 2 years till we see those tankers get out. So in the meantime,